This is the network service of the NTA.
Imagine waking up every morning, feeling refreshed, renewed and revigorated, ready to take on whatever comes your way. That can be our collective reality, especially when we focus on physical, mental and emotional well-being.
Absolutely, Thelma. Your well-being is not about what happens in the doctor's office. It starts right here, right now, with the small choices we make every day.
Indeed, absolutely. We can transform our lives from the inside out. When we focus on what nourishes us, when we also focus on mindfulness and self-care.
Are you ready to start taking charge of your health instead of just reacting to it? If that answer is yes, now is the time. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA.
My name is Thelma Obaze, and the journey to well-being is a personal and an empowering one, and it's one that all of us can focus on. Our journey, the very interesting one, starts today on Weekend Deal. We urge you to be a part of our show. We'll stream it live on YouTube at NTA Live. For now, it's time for the news highlights. And guess who's here? Is our beautiful sister, Zenret. Zenret, good morning. How are you doing today? Take it away.
Good morning, Thelma, Patience. Good morning, Nigerians. And here's the morning news. The federal government plans to revitalize the nation's silo concession program to reduce post-harvest losses, enhance food storage systems, and achieve food sovereignty. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja, stated that the initiative aims to address Nigeria's staggering $10 billion annual post-harvest losses. Musa Babalio reports.
In September 2018, the federal government, through the then Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, concessioned 20 out of the 33 silos complexes to private sector operators. This followed the Federal Executive Council's approval, which is expected to generate revenue worth 6 billion naira annually for 10 years. The concession exercise was carried out under the supervision of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission. 7 years into the journey, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security observed that out of the 17 silo complexes concessioned to 5 private companies, only 1 is operational.
Tinkering about the issue, performance of some of these concessions, and with a view of seeing how we can enhance them.
He noted that several concessionaires have failed to maintain facilities, with some sites, including those in Ikorodu and Abuja, suffering from vandalism and collapsed perimeter fences. He also highlighted that many concessionaires have defaulted on payment obligation.
However, we believe that there are loopholes that we can also plug in and make sure that we derive maximum benefit from the assets that we have.
That if somebody gets a concession, you don't have to jubilate, because you have to go and raise money to use it. It's not government's contract that somebody is paying you. If you don't invest, you cannot generate money from it.
To address these challenges, Kyari said the ministry will collaborate with the ICRC to strengthen oversight, enforce compliance, and ensure only competent operators manage silo facilities. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And the federal government has taken a step further to ensure seamless implementation of National Energy Master Plan for improved electricity supply and energy security with the inauguration of the committee to drive the reform. Director General of the Energy Commission of Nigeria, Dr. Mustapha Abdullahi, emphasizes that the National Energy Master Plan serves as a comprehensive blueprint to ensure energy security, expand access to reliable electricity, promote renewable energy, and reduce Nigeria's carbon footprint in line with global climate goals. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Naji, reaffirms federal government's commitment to modernizing energy sector, strengthening public-private partnerships and promoting indigenous innovation in energy technologies. The National Energy Master Plan Implementation Committee is expected to ensure Nigeria's energy infrastructure keeps pace with industrial growth, population expansion, and environmental sustainable imperatives. And to health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has confirmed that there are currently no cases of Ebola virus disease in the country. The clarification follows widespread concerns over reports of suspected cases. Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, confirmed that the 2 individuals earlier flagged as suspected cases have tested negative for the virus. He called on the public to remain calm and avoid spreading unverified information, stressing the need to rely only on updates from credible health authorities.
In the past week, Nigeria has reported 2 suspected cases of Ebola, with the most recent case on Wednesday, September 17, 2025. The patients returning from Kigali, Rwanda, sought medical attention at NINSA Premier Hospital, Abuja, upon arrival.
Our rapid response team of our infection prevention and control team were able to review the situation and decided to isolate the patient in our isolation wards. The results came out some few hours ago, and the patient tested negative for some of the viral hemorrhagic fever, including the Ebola and the Marburg virus.
Key players in national response to disease prevention have praised the swift and coordinated response, with the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, providing critical support.
But more importantly, again, I must commend the effort of the private hospital that triggered this. But this is the kind of collaboration we expect from Nigerians, because without that, we probably wouldn't have known. So they notified us, and we went into action to do the needful. It's also important, again, people must know that Ebola can be curbed easily if we avoid contact with people suspected of having a case.
Use this opportunity to tell every private hospital our numbers are there for them. They know the protocol. Any disease that is potentially infectious, contagious, can lead to death of citizens should be reported immediately.
The NCDC has issued a public health advisory urging health workers and the general public to strictly follow safety protocols to reduce the risks of exposure. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
In a renewed effort to strengthen the foundation of military life, the Nigerian Army has emphasized the importance of building happy and peaceful families among its personnel. This is the focus of a workshop organized by the Nigerian Army as proactive steps to strengthen family ties in motivating the frontline operatives. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
It is an established fact that peaceful homes provide the required moral booster for soldiers to remain gallant on their national assignment. Unresolved family issues could influence the morale of personnel, discipline, and performance in the line of duty. To further entrench basic family values, the Nigerian Army Women Command organized this workshop for the Nigerian Army personnel and their spouses.
The well-selected theme of this workshop, that is securing the home front to strengthen the front line, underscores the significance we place on support for the home front as a critical component of personnel welfare and ultimately my soldier first concept.
The workshop is particularly important because it highlights the crucial balance between work and family life, a balance that has direct impact on the productivity of Nigerian Army personnel. behalf of all
Experts believe that by strengthening the family unit, the Nigerian Army is not only investing in the well-being of its personnel, but also ensuring a long-term stability and professionalism within the force. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force, through the air component of Operation Delta Save at the 115 Special Operations Group Port Harcourt, has reinforced its role in protecting Nigeria's energy infrastructure and reducing economic losses from oil theft and illegal refining. This renewed push follows the directive of the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, for air components to step up operational tempo across all theatres during a periodic brief by the Commander, Air Component Operation Delta Save, Group Captain Abdul Hafiz Okbaleye. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehime Ejodame, indicates that across multiple Niger Delta states, daily helicopter sorties have denied saboteurs access to pipelines, illegal refineries and logistics hubs. Actions that, according to industry data, are contributing to a measurable rebound in national oil output. The NAV's presence above the mangrove, riverine and coastal terrain is now a critical defense of Nigeria's economic lifeline between May and August 2025 over Ondo, Edo, Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Cross River states, uncovering and destroying dozens of illegal refining facilities, neutralizing camps, supporting militants, destroyed cooking tanks and reservoirs, as well as exposed illicit oil theft networks. Now, Nigeria's capital market is about to receive a kind of a boost that will catapult the growth of Nigeria's economy. This is as Nasarawa State University, KEFI, made history with the foundation laying of the first study-based institute of capital market in Africa, which is vital for productive investment and economic growth. Gusev Piva reports.
To boost the economy of any nation and set it on the pedestal of development, existence of a capital is a prerequisite. It is on this premise that Nasarawa State University KEFI laid the foundation for university study-based capital market, which is aimed at equipping Nigerians with the necessary knowledge on how to manage the country's funds. Director of the institute, Professor Uche Waleke, says the institute will serve as a guide to Nigeria's financial management.
It is to serve as Africa's premier center for financial markets research, training and policy engagement.
We are not merely laying bricks. We are laying the foundation of knowledge, innovation and national transformation.
It is hoped that the policy insight that will emanate from this center will no doubt strengthen regulation, deepen market activities and support sustainable development.
Established in 2023 to serve Africa's financial markets, research, training and policy engagements, the institute has courses at doctoral level approved by National Universities Commission, NUC. From KEFI, Nguse PV, NTA News.
And that's it on the news. Weekend Deal continues with Patience and Telma after this break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. Today, our focus is on our health, taking charge of our health. We all have dreams and aspirations, and we need good health to ferry us to our destination. That's why it is important that we stop and say, hey, how am I doing with my health? To start our conversation today is our backgrounder from NTA Sokoto, and they titled it, Your Health as an Asset. Sokoto.
Health is your most valuable asset, yet too often we ignore the signals our body gives us. A persistent cough, sudden weight loss, unusual fatigue, all can be the body's way of calling for help. But many times, people dismiss these signs only to discover too late that something serious was happening inside them. The human body has a way of speaking. Chest pain may be warning for heart disease. Severe headaches may be a sign for high blood pressure. Sudden numbness could mean a stroke, and blurred vision might point to diabetes. These are not just inconveniences, they are red flags. Ignoring them can turn minor health issues into life-threatening conditions.
Sign and symptom that people should never ignore is when you have any persistent pain in any part of the body. So whether it is headache, persistent headache, whether it is persistent chest pain, whether it is persistent abdominal pain, whether it is even persistent pain around the pelvic area or any other part of the body. If you are bleeding from any of the orifices or from any part of the body, it is indicative that there is a leak of blood. And then also, one thing I must also mention is when there's a pain, for example, in women, in the breast. So this is very significant. It needs to be investigated. When someone is observing blood in urine or pain while urinating, this is also a very important sign and symptoms that needs to be investigated.
Consider the story of Khair Shehu Ambulsa here in Sokoto, who went for regular medical checkup. During one visit, doctors discovered early signs of partial stroke.
And then they admitted me. I started the treatment. They put me on my drugs of BP, sugar, and then I started with the physiotherapy. Up to today, now 10 months, I've been on it.
Because it was detected on time, she received treatment and is alive and well today.
I have to do a little exercise. That's why you see me here in the physiotherapy. I've been doing exercise with the help of the doctors. Sometimes when they give me drugs, sometimes for 3 months, sometimes for 1 month. Before the execution of the drugs, I have to come back to them.
A simple screening today could prevent years of suffering tomorrow.
It is important for people to ensure that they go for regular medical checkup. That's one of the importance, to identify and detect conditions that need intervention. It ensures reduction in mortality, because if you are unable to go for medical checkup and they are not identified early, then they can lead to morbidity, or they can also lead to mortality.
If you have a symptom or sign and you decide to consult, then only God knows what the consequences that will follow. So the great danger is you are paving way for advanced problems. It is a minor, but you now ignore and you allow it to grow and expand, and they continue to affect one system or another. And it's interrelated and interweaving. One will lead to another, from minor to major, from major to chronic. And this is how it goes on that basis.
But in our communities, misinformation spreads faster than the truth. From unverified herbal mixtures to health tips on social media.
Self-medication is in fact deadly and dangerous. It leads you to assume that you are getting better, whereas the illness is getting bigger. And then one other danger is that you are going to take a medication that is not for the medical condition or the condition or ailment that you are suffering from. And that will make it a situation whereby the ailment is different and then the treatment is different. And in both cases, it can lead to loss of life.
Your body is priceless. Listen to its signals, avoid misinformation, and make health checkups a routine part of your life. Taking charge of your well-being means protecting your greatest asset, your health.
Taking charge of your well-being directly alludes to the fact that your health is truly in your hands. And everything you aspire to do starts with how you manage your health and your well-being. Susan Adamu has been working assiduously behind the scenes. And what she has birthed is what we're about to watch now. Your health is truly in your hands.
Long ago, herbs and natural remedies
were a cornerstone of health in many communities. But modern life has shifted our focus, and sadly, many only think about their health when illness strikes. In today's fast-paced world, many of us get caught up in the daily hustle of life, working hard, chasing dreams, and often forgetting the most vital asset, which is our health. Today, reality has changed. Processed food, pollution, and stress dominate our lives. That is why regular medical checkups, vaccinations, early screening, and a healthy lifestyle are more important than ever. Mrs. Gloria Ozo, an anesthesiologist technician with the National Hospital, Abuja, carries a story of pain, resilience, and faith.
My journey started 9 years ago when I gave birth to my last child. After 4 months, I was sleeping 2 a.m. midnight, as if somebody woke me up. I stood up like 5 minutes. After that, I hear another voice within me that said, touch your breast. My 2 hands went under my breast and met one of the doctors, named Dr. Akpata. He said, okay, now you can't do anything. I have to come to the clinic so that they will examine me. He said, I will do biopsy. When we are about doing the biopsy, I said, somebody that is breastfeeding, so breast milk could not allow them to take the biopsy. They wrote drug for me to help to dry the breast milk. Then after 1 week, I should come back. After 1 week, I came, they took the biopsy, and when it came out, they said stage 3 of cancer.
For over 13 years, Gloria lived with the weight of this diagnosis, nursing the disease, enduring tests, treatments, and the silent battles that many cancer patients face.
I'm working in a hospital. I have seen patients treating cancer, they don't survive, spending money. So I look at myself, where will I get such money? Then I have a younger brother in South Africa. Then he told me that even if I died, that is going to take care of my children. That gave me a strong mind. I continue fasting, praying. So one day, around 7 in the evening, they called me from South Africa. They have shot my brother to death. I look up, I look down. I say, my hope is gone. So the person that promised to take care of my family, I didn't see him again. So can I allow myself to die and not make a step of coming out?
Today, Mrs. Gloria Ozo is not ashamed to share her story. She sees it as a testimony of courage, hope, and faith for women battling the same condition.
I lost weight. You know, they will say, don't eat this, don't eat that. So you will not eat. You go on so many things, fruits. In fact, don't eat food. Blending this.
Gloria's story is a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest battles, miracles still happen. So remember that your health is in your hands. Prioritize it every day through checkups, vaccinations, and a balanced lifestyle. Because a healthy life is a happy life.
Thank you so much, Susan. Indeed, your health is in your hands. We cannot overemphasize that. It is time for us to start our conversation proper, and our first guest is here. He's no stranger to the medical world. As a matter of fact, he has spent a very large part of his life in the medical world. He is Dr. Ejike Oji. He is a medical expert and a social entrepreneur. Let's see his profile.
Dr. Ejike Oji, welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you. Good morning.
It's great to have you here. You're a picture of great health.
Thank you.
After 45 years. Wow. I want to be like you when, okay, we want to be like you when we grow up. So good a thing you are here to guide us. Okay. We all realize that good health is everyone's desire. But perhaps is how to target it to the extent where it becomes the norm that can be the challenge for some of us, and to do it consistently. So when we say targeting our well-being, target, is it a target? Some people expect it to be a normal. And when there's an absence of good health, people are at a loss at what to do. So if we are to target it consistently, in a nutshell, what would you say we ought to do?
Yes, I'm glad the career word you're using, targets. It's just to show that we have to be intentional and deliberate about our health. You can just say, I'm healthy, and we just go along without thinking about it. The reason is that the best way and the most cost-effective way in health is to look at the 3 Ps. I call it 3 Ps.
Okay.
Preventive, protective, and promotive. So, and I'll give you snapshots of the 3. Preventive is that you must, at every point in time, look at what are the things around the communities that can harm you. And then you take preventive approaches. A good example is vaccination. Vaccination. Let's start from when somebody is a child. From childhood, there are some vaccines a child must take.
Yeah.
I'm sure you are well aware of those vaccines. That will prevent children from having measles, prevent children from having tuberculosis, prevent them from having pertussis. And then also, you know, the one everybody keeps talking about is poliomyelitis. A child that wasn't given a vaccine against polio will probably end up paralyzed, or in some cases die, if the paralysis happens to be in the areas that is very vital to the person's well-being.
So at that point, your health is not really in the hands of the child, in the health of the parents and guardians.
Exactly, starting from there. When you grow up and become an adult, you take over from where your parents stopped. And then the other P is promotive, and that's where we talk about healthy living, exercise. You choose the food you eat. And then things like you wake up in the morning, you have a glass of water, hydrates you. Most people, especially adults and elderly people, do not know that hydration is very important.
Indeed.
For even to be extremely dehydrated early in the mornings can lead to a stroke.
So if you're extremely
dehydrated, and some people who have that tendency. So hydration is very, very important. And then also, like I mentioned, exercise. If you really want exercise to be beneficial to you, there's a cardinal rule for exercise. It must be minimum 30 minutes, and it has to be every other day. That's the only way your body will have all the full benefits of the cardiovascular and musculoskeletal. Cardiovascular happens to be for your heart, so your heart will be healthier. Musculoskeletal, you don't add too much weight. You look trim. For you ladies, you look trim, and your figure 8 will shine, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, please, you said something. You said every other day. It means that you exercise today, Monday, the next one could be Wednesday?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
If you allow 2 days to elapse before you do the next exercise, your body strategically forgets everything you have done.
My goodness.
It's like you started
You can also exercise every day as well.
Exactly, if you can. But I'm talking about the minimum, irreducible minimum. It's once every other day. And it has to be minimum 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Because your heart rate has to get to a particular level for you to get the cardiovascular benefits. Then let's talk about, I've talked about preventive, I've talked about promotive, and now protective. Protective now happens to, that area Well, the mind cuts across the three because I tell people your mind is your frenemy. Your mind is your frenemy. It's either your friend or your enemy. And then why do I say so? You will choose what your mind should be.
Wow.
Whether it should be an enemy or a
friend.
A friend. And let's take it one after the other. Let's look at your mind being your friend. What most people do not know is that your mind can trigger two types of hormone being released in your body. Now, there's one they call adrenaline. Adrenaline is the flight or fight hormone. When you're annoyed and somebody wants to attack you, so there's a surge. You can see a surge of hormone. You feel it in your body. What is that adrenaline trying to do? It's trying to make your heart pump harder, pump blood to your muscles if you want to fight to have enough energy. And if you to fly, so occasionally you see, there's a saying in Igbo language, you say, Osondra Agwike. That means when you are running away from danger, you can never get tired.
Because your life depends on it.
Thank you. What is it that makes you run and you do not feel that you're running? It's adrenaline.
Adrenaline.
It's called the adrenaline surge. But however, even though it's something that saves your life in danger, prepares you to fight when somebody wants to attack you, if your mind is that kind of looking at every situation as fight or fly, all right? It triggers release of the same hormone, adrenaline. But so when your hormone level is very high, there's something we call the vagal tone. Vagal tone is because adrenaline controls also the arteries, the width of the arteries. And let's say your artery is this open, and blood has to be pumped 20 mils per second. So when it narrows, the blood still has to go 20 mils per second to the target organ for it to get enough nutrients, especially the brain. If the brain doesn't get oxygen within 3 minutes, the person is dead. So the heart will now have to pump harder, put more pressure to get the speed that will get that blood to the target organ within that second. So if your heart becomes stronger, pumps stronger and stronger, what happens? The pressure builds into the heart.
Wow.
And then, there are two types of, when you talk about blood pressure, you have the systolic and the diastolic.
Diastolic, yeah.
Now, the systolic is when the heart is actively pumping. Diastolic is what we call the end diastolic pressure at the resting part of the heart. So when that pressure becomes too much, the heart starts expanding because there's something God put in us, what we call the functional hypertrophy. Functional hypertrophy, if you're a right-handed person, you check your two hands, you see this hand is bigger than the left. It's called functional hypertrophy. The body is building because you're using it all the time for you to be able to use it appropriately. Then happens in the heart. If the arteries are always narrowed because of that vagal tone, so the heart will be pumping and becoming bigger, bigger, bigger. At some point, the heart fails as a pump.
Wow.
And that's when you say people have heart failure.
Oh, wow. We ask you to hold it there, sir. I know there's a place for rest, rejuvenation, and refreshment.
We'll come into that.
Yes. But there's a feature that will lead us there so that when we come back, we can look at that then. And also, we'd like you to use easy-peasy words that our viewers can understand, so they can fully, glean, and get some learning.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's fine.
You get carried away.
That's fine. 45 years is no joke. It's no joke. Thank you very much, Dr. Ejike Oji. Like patients often say, it's a master class. Every day is a learning curve for us all. Well, Francis has been working, and his focus is on rest, rejuvenation, sleep, the role of sleep in our well-being, promoting it. Do you sleep too much? Do you sleep less than you should? Well, Francis done the work. Francis, let's see what you found.
Nigeria being a peculiar country with its stress level naturally makes sleep the last thing on an average Nigerian's mind.
Sleep gives the body the rest it deserves. And that rest allows the brain to heal itself, consolidate on memory, and various other things. Apart from that, during sleep, we produce the growth hormone. The brain produces growth hormone during sleep. So that's the point when people grow, children grow a whole lot. And then the repairs of the body tissue. The wear and tear, we're just like vehicles. Movements in our body, our eyes everywhere, takes place the whole day. During sleep, the repair of those things take place.
Though sleep needs vary from person to person, most adults require between 7 and 9 hours of sleep per night.
For babies, toddlers, newborns, we expect about 13 to 17 hours of sleep a day as being healthy. And that cuts across children. Children who are 5, 6, 7, we expect about 12 hours of sleep. So when you're knocking them off, when they go to bed at 11 and you're waking them at 6 to go to school, you're wasting your time, you're not helping that child at all. And then when we look at teenagers, mostly in our secondary schools and universities, we expect them to have at least about 10 hours of sleep every day. And then talking about adults like yourself, myself, I would expect a minimum, when I say a real minimum of 7 hours, but we'll expect 7 to 9 hours will be decent. You see, when we talk about sleep duration, we're looking at a period of continuous sleep. If you were to sleep 3 hours at night and then 4 hours during the day, it doesn't count. It doesn't make up 7. We're talking about 7 hours of continuous sleep.
Getting a good night's sleep is incredibly important for your health. In fact, it's just as important as eating a nutritious diet.
When you're not getting enough sleep, it affects you in so many ways. It affects your physical health. It affects your emotional health. It makes you stressed. And you can see a very good example of that with our taxi drivers, our commercial drivers. Most of them don't get enough sleep at all. And you can see how they react behind the steering. They're quick, outburst of anger, there's a low threshold, quick to abuse you, verbally aggressive, physically aggressive. You know, there are all sorts of things.
Do you know humans are the only mammals that willingly delay sleep? Sleep deprivation has the potential for significant negative side effects than food deprivation. The irony of this is that sleep deprivation by some is seen as a sign of working hard.
When you are not getting enough of that, it affects your body's ability to regenerate and repair itself. And it affects every system in the body, starting with the brain. Can cause depression, can cause psychosis, can cause irritability. Those are issues coming from the brain. Easily irritable. At the slightest thing, you're screaming and shouting at the person. It impairs your judgment. That's on the side of the emotional. But on the heart, can cause heart problems, can lead to stroke, can cause high blood pressure.
The impact of poor sleep can be felt in all areas of life. Therefore, the sleep habit you follow each day can have a positive effect on how well you sleep.
If you have a television in your room, bedroom, please, I will advise you to get that TV out of your bedroom and leave it in the living room. Because what you don't want is those things that will stimulate your eyes, your pupils, and keep you awake. And same goes with the use of phones and various things. We're all addicted to our phones these days and co. If you have to use the toilet, use it before going to sleep. So there's no need for you to wake up. No point taking caffeinated drinks at night. So once you're able to do some of these things, we call them sleep hygiene, and ensure that you're going to bed, you say to yourself, by 10 o'clock, I need to be in bed, irrespective. Early dinner, if you have to eat early.
Your health should be your priority. Hence, the importance of paying attention to your sleep pattern cannot be overstated.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so joining our conversation now is Dr. Susan Adams. You needed to see how we screamed when she entered here because it's someone who has always supported us. Anything that has to do with healthcare, she's here to lend her voice. She is a lifestyle and preventive medicine professional. Let's see her profile.
Dr. Susan Adams, great to have you with us on Weekend. Always a dear, loving face to see and to sight.
Thank you so much.
It's been quite a while.
Yes, it's been. And I'm happy to be here again and again and again.
Oh, good.
That's home.
Before you came, we had spoken to Dr. Ejike Oji at length, and we're saying we marveled at how good he looks after 45 years in this industry. That's not adding school, so we said we want to be like him. And that's our focus now, and not just us. Everybody who is watching today can benefit and learn. And it starts from reowning, right? I can remember.
Your master class.
Yes. We're going to niche it today because Francis has told us earlier on that, Susan actually said our health is in our hands. Francis continued by saying sleep, rejuvenation is necessary for refreshing.
Yes.
Now, where we are now, many people have the resource to get good Medicare. Dr. Oja told us about our mind being a friend or an enemy. So we know that the mind has a big role to play in how much of our health we attain, promote, and protect. Where are we now as a nation in your own thinking? We've often said we don't have a health-seeking behavior. How far have we changed to become the kind of people that we aspire to be, such that we look like this amazing doctor?
Yeah, he looks so good.
So good. See the feet, really nice.
We aspire to get there.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I want to start off with where you say your mind. In the book I authored, Everything Heals, there's a chapter there on your mind as medicine. Complete chapter on your mind as medicine. So your mind, whatever you think, you're secreting something. Yes, you think a positive thought, you secrete good hormones, things that heal you. You think a negative one, you actually secrete things that start off cancer, start off diabetes, start off obesity. Just from your mind, you can kill yourself. That's a statement of fact. You can accelerate aging, etc. So yes, thank you so much for bringing that up, because we have to begin. My big thing is that I've seen the nation quickly and fast. They're trying, but the problem is that everybody's just jumping in turmeric, water, blindly. Everybody's jumping in. So there's an adoption, there's a movement. Even teenagers are talking about, they have an app on their phone where it will remind you to drink water. It will just go, and then you pick up your water and drink. So I see the younger generations doing that. I see older people going out on morning walks. But the problem is that they don't have, a central a focus, a guidance on how to adopt these lifestyle modifications. I studied lifestyle modification professionally. I did the Harvard Medical School lifestyle medicine. So I understand that it can actually be practiced professionally. But I want to commend the nation. There's an adoption. That was your question. What am I seeing people? They are trying, but it's just that sometimes they get it wrong. Somebody, you may have an existing kidney issue, and then you hear that bitter leaf is very good for health. and then you overdo the bitter leaf, because we in Nigeria, we don't do things halfway, you know now.
We go in.
We go all out.
Go all out or go home.
So to just answer your question directly, I think we are slowly adopting, we are moving forward. I have another book coming out before December, just so to push this movement of preventive and promotional medicine. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So yes, we are trying as a
Yes.
nation.
Information is power, and what you give to us all the time is information, and that is power. Thank you, Dr. Susan.
Thank
So I'll
you.
come back to Dr. Ejike. She started something where there's Nigerians that are more aware of our health, we want to be healthy, but this culture of I can miss ginger and this and that cough we go, this and that, going to the pharmacy ourselves. I want you to speak to that.
I'm very delighted you brought this up. Just yesterday, I belong to the Population Technical Working Group, and then also which formulates policies and advises the Population Advisory Group, which I'm also a member. And then that also bubbles up to the president. We are planning to have a conversation with the president on our population. Because a few years ago, President Buhari of blessed memory did tell NIPS to look at population growth challenges and human capital development. And I was asked to bring 3 other consultants to go work with the 42nd executive class. And then we brought out a lot of recommendations. And some of them have to do with what we're speaking to right now. If you look at the average Nigerian, because of population dynamics, we're in a population crisis. That's why we have all this insecurity. We have this immigration Japa syndrome because of the youthful bulge. So the resources are scarce, so people are struggling. So anytime anybody is ill and is thinking of going for treatment, what comes into his head, I'll go and pay a doctor. So over the past, should I say 10 years, anytime I'm in a gathering, I have more than 10 people, even if it's a family gathering or men sitting around to have a drink or in a party in a quiet moment, I say, look, hey, every guy, I want to ask a question. When last you were ill, real ill, what did you do? Without any, it's anecdotal, it's not data driven, it's anecdotal. I'll now say, tell me what you did. 70% minimum of people either said they went to the pharmacy shop, or they went to a laboratory, or they went and just bought a drug themselves without consulting a physician. And that is the most dangerous thing to do. If you are well informed about health and you do that, that's okay. But the majority of these people do not have any inkling about what is causing the problem and what they should do. So let me tell you the danger. The danger is what we are talking about. People who have no inkling about medicine are now telling them, go take turmeric, go take dogoyaro, go take this, go take that. Now, don't think I'm saying I'm wishing away that we have our traditional things that we were doing before. But then, yes, alternative medicine or traditional medicine and all that, they have their own place.
Yes.
But the problem we've always had is that there's no standardization. Some of the things might be good, but if there is no proper scientific way of looking at what you're taking, and how much of it you should take, and how frequently you should take it, it's a dangerous phenomenon. So what we have found out, the health of Nigerians are deteriorating. Let me give you a simple example. I'm a women rights activist, so I'm focusing on women. I say, men, go take care of yourselves.
He for she. Thank you, sir.
The last time I told you, I'm building a 5 million women database. I'm going to launch on the 17th of October.
Wow. That's cool.
5 million women in one database. And I have everything women will need to empower themselves, either health-wise, food-wise, even their mind-wise. So when people now go to take health care themselves, they harm themselves. You see people now, when people are not in the medical profession or in the healthcare industry, they don't know what is really going on. You can have somebody die in your family. It's one person. So you think the statistics is 1 out of 230 million people. But the doctor sits in a position, you know somebody died in the other person's family. You know somebody, so you can put a statistic together. There is no day I don't get a phone call. Dr. G, I'm so sorry, I just lost my father. I just lost my brother. And then look at the age range. People are dying in their 50s, 60s. People at my level were in the minority. Now, in fact, we're about 3.5% of the population. People who are above 65.
Wow.
About 3.5% of the 230 million Nigerians.
Is that frightening?
It's frightening. Let me come to women's health, which I'm a doing. That's where I have been doing my work.
But I'm happy you're focusing on women.
Yes.
Because when women are well taken care of,
the
men and the children will enjoy the benefits.
God bless you, my dear sister.
So
as
please,
we
take
speak,
care of us.
as we speak, Nigeria contributes almost 30% of maternal mortality in the world.
Till now?
Till now. The National Demographic Health Survey ended last year. Now, the maternal mortality rate has not come out yet, but neonatal mortality has come out. What is neonatal mortality? A child dying just at birth. That's a proxy indicator of what has happening to the woman. Proxy indicator, sorry, I'm using big words again. Proxy indicator is that somebody wants to walk from here to that door. By the time he's walking from here to that place, he says a proxy indicator he's going there, isn't it? The proxy indicator is what is happening to the woman. We haven't seen the maternal mortality rate yet, but with what is happening, Nigeria has the highest neonatal mortality in the world as we speak.
Okay. Wow. I want to ask you to hold your thoughts there. You know, I was smiling when you said you have a database, 5 million women, and can take care of the men. When you now mentioned maternal, you know, I was looking at you and smiling. My smile hanged. As I'm sure the smile of many Nigerians who are watching. We want good news because Nigeria comprises good people from an amazing nation. We must seek health and we must get it. And good costs are ahead of us. We'll take a break now. You're watching Weekend Deal. We're targeting everyone's well-being because we can. We'll return after the break. Please don't go away.
Come back. It's all about your health today on Weekend Deal. One way you can ensure that your health is you're in control of your health is to maintain a work-life balance so that you are able to, stabilize your life and ensure that your health does not fail. Anyway, Yetunde will be telling us more about harmonizing all these components together. Yetunde, take it away.
In Nigeria today, hustle is almost a badge of honor. We wake up before dawn, battle traffic, chase deadlines, and work late into the night. Everybody wants to make it, but here's the real question. How do you balance health, work, life, and play without burning out? The truth is, harmony doesn't just happen. It's built on 4 pillars: physical health, mental wellness, work productivity, and social relationships. Yet, in the middle of the grind, many of us make the same mistakes. We skip meals or settle for fast food. We sacrifice sleep for more work. We ignore exercise, promising ourselves, I will start next week. And sometimes we even cut off friends and family, telling ourselves no time. But the truth is, this lifestyle doesn't make us stronger. It makes us weaker, tired, less productive, and often unhappy.
Knowing when to not allow one aspect of my life overshadow the other, because I know when to put a break to work, I know when to rest, I know how to I manage my time, know how to manage my time between work, resting, and creating time and space to enjoy with my friends and my family. And
These entrepreneurs remind us that balance is not about having more hours in the day. It's about making wiser choices with the hours we already have. Think about it. Exercise keeps your body sharp, your energy high. Sleep isn't wasted time, it's where your brain resets, creativity is born, and your body repairs itself. Nutritious food is more than fuel. It's the difference between dragging through the day and showing up with energy. And social connections, they remind us that life is sweeter when shared.
Will be energized because they say having to do exercises will keep you fit and healthy. So people will go home from here being healthier than they were, being more energized than they were before they came.
If you don't pay attention to your health, you will end up being ill continuously. So health is wealth, as they say. So exercise is very, very important.
So, how can we create our own harmony in this busy world? The formula is simple. Care for your body. Move it daily, eat right, and guide your rest. Protect your mind. Switch off sometimes. Breathe and don't let stress steal your peace. Work smart, not just hard. Remember, productivity is about focus, not exhaustion. Keep your people close, friends, family, community, because success is empty without connection. Creating your harmony isn't about slowing down your hustle, it's about enriching it. Imagine chasing your dreams while staying healthy, mentally strong, productive, and surrounded by people who love you. That's real success because truly, hustle no suppose kill.
Why they killing, why they hating, why the world? People dying, people crying every day. Oh, I stand for peace. I need you all with me. Oh, it's a war against hate, against war, against all the darkness in this life. Oh, I stand for peace. I need you all with me. No, no, no to violence. No, no, no to hate. All we need is peace in Africa. All we need is peace, oh, in Nigeria. Oh, it's a war against hate, against darkness, against all the bloodshed in the land. Oh, I stand for peace. I need you all with me. No, no, no to darkness. No, no, no to fight. All we need is peace in Nigeria. All we need is peace in Africa.
Well
Angela Swanee.
Angela Swanee, that was beautiful.
Yeah, you made a very interesting entrance into the show. Patience, you were messages?
Okay, so we have one or two messages. Somebody says, it says, Sirajo from, I'm texting you from Sakato. Good morning to NTA. And he actually said, Dr. EJK Oji, I can sleep normal at night. I've slept normal for several years, but I don't do games. And I don't do any exercise at all. And I keep waking up by 3 a.m. I am 36 years old. What can I do? I don't want to say happy weekend. Happy weekend deal to my NTA, my love. I love all of you. You're doing a fantastic job. Well done. God bless all of you in the studio. Amen. You didn't tell us who you are, where you're reaching out. Oh, thank you so much for this program. Is it true that regular joggers are always angry? If you jog, you get angry. Dr. Joseph,
is it the adrenaline that you spoke about?
I didn't talk about I spoke about the adrenaline. We still have to talk about the endorphin.
Okay.
Okay, endorphin, yeah. So
that's the laughing, the good hormone, and all
okay,
that.
so please address this and talk about that because this person
maybe it's
said,
the fight or flight he spoke about.
I don't know.
It's the fight or flight I spoke about alone.
He said he's always angry. I don't know.
So
talk about the
if
other.
he's always angry, he's losing adrenaline now.
Oh.
That's wahala for him.
There's what you said about adrenaline. You said if you want to fight. For people like us that can't fight to save our lives, is it because my own adrenaline refused to pump? I can never fight.
Danger has not come to you. When danger comes, it just comes. You can't control it. It's involuntary.
Okay, so these are messages. Somebody now says, thank you so much, NTA. You always bring up the best topics that will save our lives. I love you. God bless you all. Thank you. Tell us where you're reaching out from. It's important. We want to call your name. You know we are here because of you and we love you. So let's know where you're reaching us from. I take the final one. It says, good morning, everyone. Please, what fruit removes pimples? Favor in Abuja. She wants to know what she can eat to remove the acne on her face. Dr. Susan, will you speak to that?
Okay, sure. Even fruits that remove...
that can help her deal with her acne, pimples, and all on her face. Are there fruits like that, or should you just... What should you do?
For me, I think for people who have acne, my usual recommendation is, number one, if you want to, you can see a dermatologist, because sometimes adding something... it has to come from a doctor because you can now abuse your system if you follow directly what I'm about to say. If you go, the dermatologist can look at you. There can be a topical cream, something you can take on the outside. Sometimes it has to be killed from the inside.
Oh, yeah.
So certain antibiotics are given even long-term. Like in the US where I grew up and practiced, after we give the long-term antibiotics from 30 to 90 days, we follow up with probiotics to try and replenish, because sometimes when the good bad bacteria go, the bad ones go as well. So I think if it is that bad, you can also see a doctor. Another thing is that if you increase your water intake and then reduce things that inflame you. So when you have a lot of inflammation, a lot of Nigerians that come to the clinic, because we practice lifestyle medicine. So we see that they live what they call inflammatory lifestyle. They're always causing a fire inside their body, and it can manifest as different things. So this fire can manifest.
Fire, please.
Yes, talk about it a bit. Let's know.
Speak to us.
Whether I'm also causing fire. So
did they put the stove
or
the blender?
Well, if you go, yes, I think firewood. It's literally fire with kerosene. Some people have a full-time job of pouring kerosene. Okay, that's jokes aside. The popular thing now in the world of wellness is anti-inflammatory lifestyle. I'm sure you've been hearing anti-inflammatory. It came from somewhere. So out there, that's because they found out that lots of things we do inflame us, taking excess sugar. So for the younger ones, if you reduce how much sugar you take, when I say sugar, it's not just the white sugar, sugary drinks, sugary food, etc. If you reduce the amount, sometimes the skin will also clear up from that. And then incorporating greens. So green is anti-inflammatory. And then doctor spoke earlier about abusing yourself and running into just self-medicating and everything. Everything, like in our clinic, you know, everything, you have to see a doctor first, and then once they tell you, if you come with a very high blood pressure, for example, we know they go and run treadmill and drink ugu. No, you see a cardiologist, you see a family physician, medically will bring it down, then we prescribe the lifestyle modification. What are those modifications? Reduce your salt. Sleep, if you have to sleep. Fix your mind. Yes, you can use your mind to increase your BP, bring it down. Increase it, bring it down,
it's no
and mess
longer
up.
your health is in your hands, your health is in your mind.
It is
Good
in your
health
mind.
starts from your mind.
It's in your mind,
So
and then
mind
it's
first.
also in your hands because it's your hands that you
Yes,
do
but mind
I'll do something about it.
But there's something I want to add. Doctor spoke earlier about the use of ginger, turmeric, self-prescriptions and everything. Everybody knows, even if you don't want to hear it, that medical doctors prescribe, pharmacists dispense. However, inside the pharmacy, there's a section called OTC. That is over the counter. In that over the counter section, you can find, right now in Nigeria, they've even put some antibiotics as OTC.
Yes.
But there's a whole section on OTC. Those OTC section, you can pretty much use anything. There's almost that's where the pharmacist can easily just start prescribing things for you and say, take this, take this, take. However, if symptoms persist, you have to see a doctor.
Okay.
Takes me to turmeric, garlic and stuff. For me, the way I want us to use turmeric and garlic, use it as a prevention.
Yeah, not when.
Not you put it in your food.
So it's not
A
curative?
grandparent, no, it actually can get rid of a lot of stuff. It's an anti-inflammatory. We know there's a study on turmeric that shows that it has the anti-inflammatory effect, according to the data that I read, is actually higher than the one in ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is an NSAID, non-steroidal, anti-inflammatory. However, the pain-reducing effect in ibuprofen is stronger and faster, but the anti-inflammatory effect in turmeric is this. So my whole thing about natural medicine is use it the way our grandparents used it. Deliberately use a garlic in your food, make a tea, be proactive. Not that you wait and do nothing, and then when you're sick, instead of going to a doctor, you're now putting 10 turmeric, 12 garlic,
in one
and
day.
put everything blindly. That is what doctor is saying, that we should not do it like that, because once you start doing it blindly like that, I have a master's in preventive and promotional medicine. And in my preventive medicine world, there's no way the typical African person will not use natural medicine. All of us, whether even a doctor, we are using natural medicine. When I say natural medicine, if you do a ginger tea for breakfast, turmeric in your food, oregano, the other one, basil. What's that one they put in pepper soup?
Okay.
Mint. No, the one they put in pepper soup.
Bay leaves.
No, basil. It's like a basil leaf. Scent leaf.
Scent leaf. Okay.
Scent leaf. All those stuff. They have small things that they're doing in the body. But what we are talking about is that when you go all out to use it by yourself as a drug, it's not dosed.
Okay.
It's not standardized. So don't you think that you need guidance?
It's detrimental to your health in the long run.
If you do it blindly.
Like that. Okay,
yeah, so
thank
I
you,
think we
Dr.
should still
Susan.
see doctors.
Wow. You know, I want to ask you, Dr. Oji, you know, from my experience, because we are out there with families, with relatives and all of that, we have come to see that one of the biggest challenges to adhere to a health-seeking behavior is resources. But we hear that we should prioritize and all of that. In line with that, even after people access drugs, based on what the lab has given them and the drugs they have purchased, there seems to be like an anomaly. Some people are not recovering as they ought. Is it now with our immune system? Is something happening with our immune system? Or is it how we are accessing the drugs? Or are we not taking as we should?
Please, let me add to what she just said. Malaria is I don't know, endemic now, where you treat malaria today, in the next 3 weeks you have malaria. What's going on? Is our body getting used to malaria, or the drugs are getting used to our body? Is there a resistance going on somewhere?
Okay. Let me start from her question.
Okay.
Before I answer, I would like to find out the basis of your question. Is it that the prescription was done by a doctor and then you take the drugs, it doesn't work? Or
Okay.
it was a self-prescribed drug or prescribed by a pharmacist?
You know, we have already alluded to the fact that oftentimes we are self-medicating and
Fantastic.
self-purchasing.
Yeah.
But some people too who have also gone to see medical professionals, gotten their prescription purchased, she has recurring ailments.
Yeah.
And it also is between typhoid fever and malaria. These are the two things. That's what we're hearing like on a daily these days.
On a daily.
Remember that I think earlier on when we were discussing this, I did mention that anybody now you see, you say I have typhoid and malaria. Malaria typhoid. Now, the thing here is, first of all, when you see a medical doctor, the doctor takes your medical history. No, first of all, guess the complaints you have brought to the doctor that brought you to the hospital. The doctor takes what we call past medical history to look at your past medical history, looks at your social history, looks at your family history, because some diseases run in families, they are hereditary. Okay. Now, when a doctor now makes what we call differential diagnosis, as the doctor is posing those questions to you, the doctor is ruling out number one, number two, eventually comes to say, this is what you think it is. If the doctor has so much doubt, the doctor sends you to a laboratory to do a test to confirm what he or she has in mind or not. So when the laboratory comes back, if it is the one that they have to send it to a lab, it will confirm the diagnosis and the doctor now prescribes a drug for you to get. That's one pathway. Now, you take that prescription to a pharmacist. They give you the drug. It comes back to what you were asking. It could be, if you didn't get well, there are chances that the doctor made a mistake in the diagnosis. Doctor is not infallible. There's a possibility he made a mistake. But if it is properly done, the percentage of mistakes are very low. And then that mistake could be from the way the patient gave the history. Some patients don't tell the doctors the truth. Some are so clueless themselves, not that they're deliberately trying to deceive the doctor. They can't just describe what is happening to them properly. And that's why cognitive experience in medicine is very, very important. Cognitive experience, that means somebody who has been doing something for quite a long time is experienced. A fresh doctor can miss a diagnosis based on the way the patient related with him or her and deceives the doctor to have the wrong impression of what the diagnosis is. So, and that's why when the doctor gives you medicine, the doctor will say, if you don't feel better, please come back. The doctor will evaluate every time, maybe send you to more tests to confirm what is wrong with you. That's one pathway of a patient not getting well after being treated. The second pathway is that the medication was a fake drug, substandard. When I was a young medical doctor in Kaduna, this was about 1985, I had in my room, I made a shelf. I was putting fake drugs. There was an epidemic of fake drugs at the time, in the 80s. And then one particular case, one of the top generals from the north had his son brought to the hospital. Our hospital was said to be most expensive. The reason is that I was working with my immediate boss at the time. I said, look, we must make sure we buy the best of drugs. We must make sure every patient that comes is properly investigated before we give a medication. So all of those things cost money. So this general used to bring his son of family, suddenly stopped. We weren't seeing him anymore. So then he now turns up one day. When he came with his son, I said, General, we haven't been seeing you. So he laughed. I said, okay, what's wrong with your son? It was a 4-year-old child. Child was running very high fever. Now, the normal thing you just assume is malaria. When anybody comes with acute febrile illness in Nigeria, I can tell you 70 to 80% of time is malaria because it's endemic in this environment. And that's what we call geographical pathology. Some diseases go with geographies. If a patient comes to me, if I'm in England, and then I'm consulting, a patient comes to me with acute high fever, my first diagnosis will not be malaria. It will be another thing. Maybe I might be thinking of upper respiratory tract infection or any other infection that is endemic in that area. So, this patient now, we admitted the child. First of all, bring down the temperature. Tepid sponge the child, gave antipyretics that will stop the fever, because that fever child can go into convulsion. Now, when we now took the blood and sent to the laboratory, I was so thorough when I was actively practicing. I was so thorough. I'll go into the laboratory, sit with the laboratory scientists. You say, let me see, let me confirm.
Nice.
I was so skeptical about the healthcare. This was in the 80s, to tell you how things still are degenerating. We saw, that is the number of malaria trophozoites we saw on this. I've never seen it. Almost 3 or 4 pluses. Very high. So, when the patients now came back, at that time, the most expensive anti-malaria drug that was given was Risochin. It was expensive, injectable. But that was the only one I was using in our hospital, because that was the only one that was not faked.
Okay.
So we gave this child subcutaneous Risochin, admitted him. You know, that's why some doctors don't go to do any other thing, but they go to pediatrics. When a child is well, a child can be so acutely ill. If you treat the child and you get the diagnosis and the child gets well, within 2-3 hours, you see that child playing
jumping up and down.
But an adult can still be there pretending that he's ill. So this child that was down for about a week, within 4 hours, this child was eating everything to be eaten, was jumping on his bed. So the father came. When the father came, I was in my consulting room, seeing other patient. I said, what the hell is trying to bring down my door? I said, come in. And it was this Jara.
He was looking like a child.
Dr. G, what did you do to my son? What happened? So I got scared whether the son had collapsed or something.
Okay.
I said, is he okay, Jara? Is your son? The boy is jumping and eating everything he could see. I now could. I said, okay. I said to the patient, please, don't be offended. They said, no, doctor, you continue. I said, do you mind, to the Jara, can you just wait outside? Let me finish with this patient. Then you can come and we can talk about it. So he left. After I saw my patient, I brought him in. What was the history of this particular child? This child was ill. The father took him to another doctor. The doctor prescribed chloroquine, forgotten the tablets. I think chloroquine tablets, then we used to give chloroquine tablets. It's now that we've stopped and we're now going to other things. The child took the drugs, didn't get better. Fever was still running. The man took the child to another doctor because the other one, the fever was still on. The doctor now, in his mind, after taking a very comprehensive history, the child had been treated for malaria. And now decided that this must be typhoid.
Because of the history.
Yes,
And
they
now
treated malaria.
And now gave chloramphenicol.
All in that 4-year-old.
Chloramphenicol is the drug of choice for
typhoid.
Now gave chloramphenicol. The fever was still galloping. The doctor now said, no, before I lose my child, no, I know Chelsea Hospital is expensive. Let me go see that young doctor, Dr. G.
Dr. G.
So he brought the patient to the hospital. And then when we saw, and I sat the man down, I said, the first doctor did not do anything wrong. He made the correct diagnosis. But however, the drug he gave to your child was fake, was substandard medication. I said, General, look at my shelf. That drug is fake, that drug is fake, that drug is fake, that drug is fake. The man was shocked. The second doctor should be flogged. He did something a doctor shouldn't have done. If you thought it was not malaria, you should have done a test. If you had run a test, he would have confirmed that your child was still suffering from malaria and would have given an anti-malarial. The only thing I did differently from two of them is that immediately I saw your child. Yes, I thought about malaria. But I decided, first of all, brought down the temperature, insisted on admitting your child, because that child could convulse, what type of fever he's having, and then that child could have cerebral malaria. That could be even the worst. So what did I do?
This is a master class.
I now went to the lab. I didn't want to take any chances.
Yourself?
Myself. Sat with a laboratory scientist. We confirmed that it was malaria. And I've never seen, as at that time, my short time of practice as a young doctor, I've never seen
the amount of pluses.
Number of pluses in a slide.
Okay.
And we gave the injection, which is a Zochin, which has not been adulterated. That's why your child is jumping up.
Amazing stuff, yeah. They keep saying that Nigerian doctors are the best all over the world. And seriously, they say you go to the US.
I did exchange program. 6 months here, 6 months in England.
Yes. I mean, so you keep making
those
us
were the
proud.
days.
Nigerian doctors, and this is a testament.
So this answers
my question. Yes, doctor, yes.
When a patient goes to a hospital and then they're giving drugs, not getting better, two things. Either it's a wrong diagnosis. The doctor one, the patient did not take the drugs as prescribed.
Okay, so doctor, thank you so much. We'll go on the break. When we come back, the conversation continues. Don't go away.
I need you all with me. He got shot by a bullet from a gun. Before help came, he was already gone. For something he didn't know about, for something he didn't know about. That's why we need hate and not world. Oh, it's a war against hate, against violence, bloodshed in the land. Oh, I stand for peace. I need you all with me. Oh, it's a war against hate. It's a war against violence. It's a war against all the bloodshed in the land. Oh, I stand for peace because it's the font of peace. I need you all with me. All over Africa we need. All we need is peace. All over Gambia. All we need is peace. All of South Africa. All we need is peace. In Jamaica. All we need around the world. Oh, I stand for peace. Egyptian song, let's go.
Ooh. Yeah, them mom.
Oh, pirates, yes, they're up high. Sold out to the merchant ship. Minutes after the stop, I from the bottomless pit. Our Lord shall the killer prophet. Why will stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing of freedom is all I ever had. Redemption song, redemption song, another song of freedom. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, not ourselves can free our mind. Have no taste for atomic energy, for none of them can stop the time. How long shall the killer prophet? Why will stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We gotta fulfill the book. Let me hear you sing. Won't you help me sing? Oh, the songs of freedom is all I ever had. Oh. Redemption song, redemption song, another song of freedom. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Not ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall the killer prophet? Why will stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it, but we gotta fulfill the book. Come on, won't you help to sing? The songs of freedom is all I ever have. Redemption song, come on, redemption songs, another songs of freedom, another songs of freedom, another songs of freedom.
Yeah, well done. That's where Angela got me really smiling. Yeah, more. And she brought Oge Kimono to mind today, you know. Yes. She acted out that song. Angela, thank you.
Thank you,
Nigerians
Angela.
are happy.
Well done.
And you are further driving home our message, you know. Health is in our minds first, and then the hands must willingly do what your friendly mind, you know, has purposed for it.
Absolutely.
So, let our medical experts take us from here. They are listening at home, but every day we know in Nigeria, parents and guardians have to hustle. They are out early, they are coming back late. What ought they to do? What are the small habits that can become ingrained so our young ones too can watch, imbibe, and also inculcate in others? Dr. Susan.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm glad you directed that question at me. The whole world by now knows that I'm all about, fine, this is health. We all need it. We are so dependent and reliant on the doctors, the hospital, the system, the government, the president, everything, right? But my question to us all is, we ourselves, what are we doing? At home, how are we contributing to healthcare? How are we, what is our contribution to healthcare? Because we have a duty. We have a duty, because if we are doing our own part, even the communication with the doctor will be easier. There are so many things that we ought to do. The question was on, why is it that they give this medication and sometimes it doesn't work? Okay, fine. Maybe there's a certain habit or a lifestyle that maybe you needed to adjust. For example, you're not sleeping. You keep ruining your immune system. You keep going for malaria. You come back home and you still not sleep. Did you correct that habit? So for me, my whole message, the books I write, my presentations, every Wednesday, everything I do is about our own contribution. And I'll just recap it. We talk about your rest as medicine.
Yeah.
So anytime you sleep and rest, doctor asks a question, when you're really, really sick, what are those things that you go and do. Even on your own, you know that you rest. I heard in a bathroom in the airport, another cleaner telling another cleaner, you're always sick. Do you know it's because you don't sleep? A cleaner knows that to another cleaner. So rest as medicine. This is our own contribution to healthcare, okay? Your energy level. You have to pay attention to your energy level. How are you feeling? If you're not feeling well enough, okay, you can start by basic things. Do I have enough water in my body? Some of us don't do our adequate water requirement. Water is needed for everything, for the metabolic activities, for detoxing your system, for moving nutrients from one part of the, even just your breathing. Water is needed for every single thing. Your eyes lubricated with water, your mouth to eat, everything you need. But maybe you didn't drink yesterday and today you just took a sugary drink. This is your own contribution to healthcare. And then your food as medicine. How are you eating and when are you eating? Some people will start from morning till night, and you have a habit of just when you want to go to bed, you bring your rice and swallow, and you eat it very well, and then you struggle all night, wake up the next day. How long are you going to go on like that and expect the doctor to look good with the prescription that they just gave to you? Are you understanding?
Yes, absolutely.
So eat on time, maybe before 6 or 7, drink adequate amount of water. Somebody said when they exercise, I'm sorry, back to that rest as medicine. Somebody said, I can't sleep very well. The person that asked the question, what can I do? First of all, put your phone in your parlor. Some people, we just need to push away the gadget and know that we need to give ourselves our proper rest as medicine. 2, some things that help our clients are chamomile tea. If nothing is wrong with you, you've not tried, chamomile tea is over the counter. Ashwagandha is over the counter.
What's that?
Ashwagandha is...
sounds like a leopard.
No, it's in the pharmacy, and it's a herb or of some kind. But it's we studied, and it's actually...
very good.
Very, very good. It's sold in the pharmacy. That can actually help. And then your mind. Just do some deep breathing exercises. If you do, and calm your mind, and just, I don't want to go there, but there's something called the God factor.
Yeah, the God factor.
The God factor.
You can't take that away.
You cannot take it away. Just say, Heavenly Father, I want to sleep well, help me. You'll be shocked. So the bottom line of, all I'm trying to say is when you do your own contribution
Thank you so much.
to healthcare,
Thank you so much.
It will really help.
One hand washes the other. We all have to come together to improve our health care. We'll be joining Godwin right now for Sports Summit.
Looking for the fourth. He could come here for the Sky Blue Stars. A chance for a fourth goal! And Ramos Stars are running riots.
If you're looking for the pillar of sport in Nigeria, one name for me comes to mind. The man behind the team you just saw now, Remo Stars Football Club, champions of the league in Nigeria. His name is Honorable Kunle Shoname. He's our guest on the show, Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. My name is Godwin Enakena.
Great things are happening on the Bet Naija mobile app. Enjoy betting services on a different level in the new season. Access a wide variety of betting options. Bet on your favorite sports with great odds. Win big with Bet Builder. Get great bonuses and promos. Withdraw your winnings with zero stress. Download the Bet Naija app from the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today.
Welcome back. And this is when we return, we've got Honorable Kunle Shoname, a philanthropist, on the show with us this morning. Thank you, Honorable Kunle Shoname, for joining us on Sports Summit on Weekend Deal.
Good morning.
Straight up to the question. My first question to you will be, why are you into sport? Why are you spending your money in sport?
Basically because of security. I've come to realize that youth development is a crime reduction strategy, and that any amount of money you don't spend on security, you don't spend on youth development, you end up spending double on security.
Excellent. Would you say that you are satisfied with the return on investment? I'm not talking about Naira and Kobo. I mean the joy you have derived so far and what comes to you as a human being investing in sport in Nigeria.
100%. I'm satisfied. The investments has been justifiable with the returns. And guess what? Even in financial terms. I mean, though that is not the main objective is a social responsibility. But as God will have it, we've achieved that. And He has also added financial gains into it. So we're very happy.
Let's talk about your team, your precious team, Remo Stars, champions of the league in Nigeria. They face an Odo this Sunday and is the first game in the CAF Champions League. Is this one Odo that is too high or one you can cross? You are playing a team from the Comoros Island.
Yes, certainly. Football is a game of 11 players. We are not scared of any team. We're not, we're confident in our abilities. We've prepared well. So it's, I mean, of course, football is a game of taking your chances. So, you know, we're ready. It is what it is.
Let's go straight to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I must have your take here. What's your impression about the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
My impression is that we can do better. There is still a lot more to be done, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of preparation itself, you know, for competitions. And I've always said it, the bedrock of any nation's sporting success lies within its local league. If our local league is strong, our national team will invariably be strong.
We can go on and on. Unfortunately, Honorable Kule Ahmed, time is never our friend on the show. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
You're most welcome, and thank you for having me.
Enjoy betting services in the new season. Download the Bet Nigeria app today.
The man, Honorable Kule Ahmed, behind the success story of Remo Stars and, of course, Beyond Limit, the Academy. Thank you for watching Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. My name is Godwin Enakena. Don't forget to keep praying for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria.
Woo! 10 seconds each.
Nigerians, know that your mind can be your friend or your enemy. If you use your mind positively, it will reflect well in your health.
Dr. Susan.
Well, what can you do without good health? Yeah. So just adopt these good habits of health, see your doctors, but protect it and put your health in your hands and prioritize it.
Wonderful.
That's my recommendation.
Thank you. Samuel has a music school in Lokogoma where he teaches you to be a multi-instrumentalist, just like he is. Samuel, take it away. And Angela has a program today. Angela, God bless you. Thank you for showing up for us here today. Thank you. Stop.